Cleaning 101. Everything you need to know to tackle spills and stains like a pro. I'll cover products, tools, and techniques for cleaning. In this video, I'll guide you through the essential techniques to keep your carpets and upholstery spotless. You'll learn everything from spot removal basics to choosing the right cleaning products and tools. Understanding the basics of spot removal is crucial for achieving the best results. Here are a few things to keep in mind while you're cleaning. First, use less cleaner and let it sit longer on the stain before flushing it out. This will avoid a few problems, like spreading the stain out further as you saturate it with a cleaning product, or leaving the spot too wet for too long, which can lead to mold or delamination. I always recommend that you use white towels when you're doing any type of spot removal or cleaning. This will allow you to monitor the progress of your stain removal and also allow you to keep a keen eye on any dyes that transfer from the fabric that you're working on. Never scrub. Always blot to prevent fraying in carpet fibers, and this can happen easily if you're not careful. I highly recommend that you test cleaning products in an inconspicuous area for color fastness before you use them to clean any spot or do any major cleaning. And remember, act quickly, as a fresh stain is much easier to remove than an old one. Choosing the right cleaning product is really important. Matching the stain that you're treating to the product that you're using to clean will make a huge difference in the results you get. Use enzyme-based cleaners for protein stains, citrus-based cleaners for sticky spots, and our spot remover or water and vinegar mixture for household stains. For tough stains, professional grade cleaners might be necessary. For effective spot cleaning, you're going to need the right tools. So first up, make sure you have multiple clean white towels or paper towels. You're going to need the right cleaning product to treat the stain that you're going after. I highly recommend that you wear gloves and use some type of eye protection. For the moment, my glasses will protect me from any splashback. You're going to need a spray bottle full of water, especially if you're going to use the wet vacuum method, and some type of extraction. So that can be a retail spot cleaning machine like I have here, or a wet vac. Let's go over 3 simple spot cleaning methods to keep your carpets and upholstery looking new. I'll show you how to use the tea towel method, the extractor method, and the wet vacuum method. I'm going to show you how to remove a stain using the tea towel method. So first up, you want to get a towel wet with warm water and wring it out. You want it to be damp but not soaking. Take the damp cloth and lay it over the spot that you're going to clean. Make sure there's contact. Let it sit on that spot for about 5 minutes. Next, remove the towel, rinse it under some warm water and wring it out. Spray the spot with your spot remover. Okay, and then let that sit for 5 to 15 minutes. You want to give the product some time to work. Finally, you want to blot with a dry cloth. So take a dry white towel, lay it over the stain that you're trying to remove, working from the outside inwards, blot. Gently press. Again, we don't want to do any rubbing, just gently pressing. Okay, you can take the towel and fold it over on itself to create another warm spot, or dry spot, pardon me. And again, you want to gently press, no scrubbing action. You can repeat this process with the damp towel next to remove any of the cleaner that you actually have. So again, we're going to take the towel, gently blot, remove that towel, and go back to our dry cloth here. Find a good spot. Lay this back on the stain Make sure you've got good contact, okay? And gently press. This is a great method if you don't have access to some type of extraction. This is how to use a retail spot cleaning machine or the extractor method to clean your spot. So first, whenever you're using a retail spot cleaning machine, don't put the product that they sold you into the solution tank. Only fill your machine with water. Most of the products they sell you are soap-based and are going to leave a residue in your carpet. It's just not worth it. Start off by vacuuming up as much of the stain as possible. This is really helpful, especially if the stain is fresh. Once you've removed whatever you can from the carpet, take this spot cleaning product that you're going to use and spray the spot. Be careful not to oversaturate it and let it sit for about 5 to 15 minutes. Once the product has sat on the spot for 5 to 15 minutes, take your spot cleaning machine and without adding any solution, vacuum up what you've sprayed onto the carpet. Once you've vacuumed up as much as you can, flush the spot with water from the machine. Spray a little bit on and then vacuum it off. Spray a little bit on and then vacuum off. Be careful not to oversaturate the spot. You don't want to spread the stain out any further. Continue to do this until you see only clear liquid coming into your machine. Finally, once you've flushed the spot, you can take a dry towel and blot the area to remove any excess moisture. I'm going to show you how to use a wet vacuum and a spray bottle to remove a stain from your carpet. Start by using your wet vacuum to suck up as much of the stain as possible. This is especially effective if it's a fresh stain. Next, take the spray bottle with your cleaning product, spray the stain, and let it sit for 5 to 15 minutes. Once the product has sat on the stain for 5 to 15 minutes, use your wet vacuum to remove as much of the stain as possible. Don't add anything to the spot at this point. Just continue to vacuum. Once you've removed everything that you can, you want to use your spray bottle full of water, spray the spot, and use the vacuum to soak it up. It's very important not to oversaturate the spot, so you just want to spray a little on and then vacuum it off. Spray a little on and then vacuum it off. Finally, once you've removed as much as you possibly can, you want to take a dry towel, lay it over the stain, and blot to remove any excess moisture. You can always repeat this step if you didn't completely remove the stain. There are 5 basic steps to spot removal. Step number 1 is to blot up as much of the stain as possible. Step number 2 is to check to see if the stain has spread. So if you spill a cup of coffee on your carpet, little droplets can shoot out fairly far outside of the original or main stain. Somebody also could have stepped in it and tracked it around, so you want to make sure you know all the stains you actually need to remove. Step number 3 is to gather the tools and cleaning products needed to remove that stain. Step 4 is to clean the spot using one of the 3 methods. So that would be the tea towel method, the extractor method, or the wet vacuum method. And step number 5, drying, is really critical. You want to start by using a towel to blot up as much moisture left over as possible, and then put a fan blowing over top of the area to make sure it dries within 6 to 8 hours. If you need a little bit more help removing your stain, Signature Carpet Cleaning has a couple tools that can help you out. If you visit our website at signaturecarpetcleaning.ca, you can download our stain removal guide. The stain removal guide has step-by-step instructions for removing a variety of different stains. This guide also includes a list of tools and cleaning products that you need to remove that specific stain. We also have recipes for homemade cleaners, for a water and vinegar mixture, a citrus cleaner. These are also products you can make at home that are safe and healthy to use in your home for carpet cleaning. By following these tips, you can easily remove minor spots or spills from your carpet or upholstery. Remember, act promptly, choose the right cleaning product, and use the appropriate tools for successful spot removal. Thank you so much for watching our video on the basics of spot cleaning.